What's up, y'all? Make sure y'all go get checks and balances. Click the link in my bio. Click the link below. It's a lot of fuss about Roe versus Wade, and I'm gonna give my perspective on it. Um, like Jesus, I believe in free will. You know, he said one of you guys are gonna betray me 3 times, and Peter, and he let him go betray. He didn't heal Peter right then in that moment. He allowed him to have free will, and he went on and did what he did. Saul became Paul. You know, so I have no ill will towards people who get abortions. I just don't want to pay for it with my tax dollars. I think when you willfully have sex with someone and y'all mutually agree to have unprotected sex without no birth control, I think you should be responsible for paying for it. That's all. That's just my opinion. But let's talk. Let me say this: we are a nation literally mourning 21 people murdered, 19 kids. We're mourning them, right? I cried. I broke down at the gym at Planet Fitness, man. It was on the news, and I'm on a leg extension machine, and I just broke down in uncontrollable tears. You know, I taught for 7 years, and I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I was a school teacher for 7 years, and I know the importance of and the sanctuary that a school should be. And they told us to cry there, right? We marched for 2 years saying Black Lives Matter every day in these streets, right? We fight for it. Black Lives Matter. We say we believe in God. We go to church on Sunday. First, I want to give honor to God. Before God is the head of my household, I believe in God. God, you're amazing. You got me through this. And then we have conversations about abortion and or having abortions. You know, I know many women in my life that's had abortions, and that's a conversation for them and God to have. But I'll tell you this: all of them, not one, have difficulties living with that decision of having an abortion. You know, and um, I think we need to understand the big picture. Women's rights is taking us further and further away from the man. Men's rights is taking us further and further away from the woman. Divinity, ancestors, spirituality, I don't know what you believe in, but science says man and a woman together makes the world go around, right? We have kids and people invent stuff and we're supposed to get better and better with every generation. And the fact that these white liberals are convincing us to have these conversations and separate us from our true divinity, our last name, um, separating the household, separating you from your grandparents, separating you from your brother, and ultimately it has convinced us to put politics before God, and that's a fact because women are fighting for women's rights, not family rights. If you decide to have sex with a man, shouldn't that be a group conversation? Because it takes two, right? It takes two to raise a child, so it should take two people to have that discussion. You understand what I'm saying? And the fact that they telling you it's the women's rights, it's the women's rights, and you can say the same thing about a man. And but man and woman's becoming. You know what the man and woman are becoming? Republicans versus Democrats. And God is just like the sun, just shining down on you. And every day and every other day he'll make it 100 degrees, 110 degrees to let you know that he exists. You know what I mean? We forget about him in the 70-degree days, you know. And but I want us to be aware. Be aware of what they're doing to your house. Be aware of what they're doing with your relationship with your family and your God. Trust me when I say this. Have God conversations in your house and with people you love. And I guarantee you life will be so much better. And whether you're an atheist, agnostic, or Christian, Catholic, there's only two ways to live life: the right way and the wrong way. And I'm going to leave you with this conversation. I was literally on Manchester and Hoover. Manchester and Hoover by the Jack in the Box, right? And I had just got off the freeway, and it was late. It was real late, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't want to stop at that light because it's just a rough neighborhood. And I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm going straight through this light. And I got pulled over on Vermont. And he says, I says, man, damn, I got pulled over, man, for a red light. And the cop says, because he probably, that's probably his beat. And he said, and I said, officer, don't worry about it. I ran that red light. And you know what he did? He didn't give me the ticket. But the fact that I was honest, I didn't go, oh, because I'm black. Oh, because I'm this. And then as we were talking for about 45 seconds, I told him, I said, the reason why I ran that red light, because I didn't really feel comfortable sitting at that red light 1 o'clock in the morning. And he let me go. And I haven't seen him since. But when you're right and you're wrong, you have to live with the decisions you make. And whatever consequences that come with it, you have to live with it. And that's the reality of it. When you procreate with a man and a woman, you have, that's the, if you see it as consequences, if you want to have an abortion, that's a conversation you have with that man, not with your girlfriends, with that man that laid down with you. And I love y'all, man, but this society right now is pushing us further and further away from our last name. We're fighting for everything but our last name. We fighting for equality, and we don't even have equality in our house. It's about equity in our house, right? Because you know why? Our children go to school every day, so they're supposed to get better and better and better, right? We go to work every day, so we're supposed to make more money and more money and more money. Equality is, anyways. Barbershop Conversation, Checks and Balances, amazing film. I love y'all. And let's start having God conversations. Let's have conversations about our last name. All right. How much equity does your last name possess? That's the biggest conversation you have. Because if you're successful, your kids are going to be successful, and your grandkids and your great-grandkids. You know what I mean? Don't let this Republican, Democrat, liberal, don't let that infiltrate right versus wrong. Barbershop Conversation, Checks and Balances, great film. Check it out. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.